everybody, this is Mackenzaster. Welcome to another part of my playthrough of Donkey Kong 64. In the last part, we got some more progress made through Angry Aztec. We got a lot of stuff set up with Diddy's jetpack barrel, and got a few of his challenges done. So now we're going to enter this temple yet again. We entered it once briefly to rescue Lanky, but we're going to do the rest of the stuff that's in here now that we actually have all of Lanky's upgrades. We're all prepped and ready to go. So, Donkey still has something that he can do by going in this area. So, what you want to do is you go down here, hit this little switch here. And this actually activates something outside of the temple. It raises that wall there. So we're going to be able to do something with that once we leave the temple. Just a warning though, if you do leave the level without going in there, the wall will close once you return. So it's something to be aware of when you're playing through this level and doing that. We get a banana medal with Donkey Kong, which is always good. So, but now we can actually do some stuff with the other Kongs in here. So, oh, didn't mean to do that. There's something that Tiny can do. So, first, let's see, can I? No, okay. I don't think it'll. No. Okay, come on. Out of all the things that can be frustrating in this game, the camera does not like cooperating. Just, okay, fine. Just have all. If it gets that guy off my ass, then worth it. Okay, so we have to be right here to have any chance at shooting this balloon down from the sky. Come on. There we go. Okay, so now on to Tiny's section, now that that's done. The first banana fairy we encountered wasn't really, okay, wasn't too difficult in terms of difficulty. There we go. This one moves around a lot more, and it just shows the difficulty of catching these things, how annoying they can be. They like to screw with you and hover around in your field of vision and then take off. Sometimes going further away helps. So let's try it like... Got it. So sometimes when you get it for a split second it'll work, which can be kind of hard to gauge sometimes. But there we go. All our collectibles are upped, so we now have the maximum amount of ammo, crystal coconuts, all that stuff that we can for now. So let's go into this little pipe here. There was a reason I wanted to come in here before doing Lanky stuff, because this Casquad is actually found in here. So, what you want to do, grab pound the switch, which raises all these platforms from the lava. And now, the move that we get in the next level would make this challenge much easier, almost redundant. But we gotta rely on Tiny shitty jump unless you want to backtrack, which we will be coming back to this level, but to me, I don't consider it worth it to backtrack just for this minigame when you can complete it your first time here. So, just take your time with it, and you shouldn't lose any health. Here we go. I find it kind of odd that they made a path the other way. I guess you could go the other way if you really wanted to, but... eh. There we go. There's the little banana that Tiny can get in here. So now, let's get out of here. Oh. Right. And of course, the asshole Splat likes to use a shockwave, which can knock you back into the lava. Fun. So now, let's do some of Lanky's stuff. So we can see there's a little switch for him to activate, so let's go and shoot that. That opens up this gate here, so now let's go in. First off, if you kill the 2 enemies here, it lowers these vines, which lets us get these 5 bananas and the 2 coins that are over there, which is always nice. So. Something to be wary of is just don't press A this once you reach the 2nd vine. And now. I say that because it can kind of be a reflex to do so, and then next thing you know, you find yourself in the lava. But anyways, once we press the switch here, we are given a matching game. So, you want to match the sounds of each of these monkey heads. They all produce a different one. So, yep, duck quacking. That's what it sounds like anyways, or a creek. They usually have a similar pattern. Yeah. Those are diagonal from each other. There we go. Quite a simple challenge if you can remember the sounds easily. They're quite distinct from each other, so all it takes is just remembering where each one of those, which monkey head produced which sound. So now we have another thing that we can do with Link in here. Well, 2 more actually. We can get his Splat. But before we do that, we can go here. Take care of the purple claptrap. And you might have noticed when we went to free Lanky that there were 2 stone snakes under the water. Well, this allows them to have a smooch. So, tale as old as time, but I won't judge. So, let's go up here. This might be one of the first mini games we've actually done.
Welcome to bonus stage.
The intro. So this is teetering turtle trouble. Keep the turtle spinning by feeding the snakes melons. Press A to fire a melon. By feeding the melon in the middle. So they'll say help when you need to shoot at them again. Tell before this that their mouth will start to look more and they'll start to pan over. I always find it good to try and do a reload. And you just do this all the time. There we go. So, that was our first encounter with that. They will get a lot harder later on. And a lot faster-paced. There we go. A fairly easy gold banana. Now, let's go in here. Because if Tiny's prison cell had some banana balloons, Lanky's will too. I think we actually saw with DK once we released it. Oh. Once we released Lanky, that is. Okay. Now the last thing we can do in here is to get the Splat. So. out of here. There's nothing more for us to do in this area. So, the only thing left is there's bananas on either ramp. So, no, actually these ones too. Yeah, we forgot those. So, we're actually starting to get close to the end of Angry Aztec now, starting to wrap things up. But if you know anything about DK64, if you played this game, you'll know that we are missing encountering a very iconic area, or terrifying, or both. But patience is needed. We'll get to that area. I don't feel like taking the mines, so go into the strong conch barrel. As you might have noticed, when we came here earlier, use this to go in here. There we go. So we got another minigame when we're in here.
Welcome to bonus
This one is called Stealthy Snoop, one of the first maze minigames. Sneak around the maze to the checkered flag. So, there's going to be Kremlings that have spotlights, and you want to stay out of their spotlight. So, it's better to just try and stay on the edges. And just take it slowly, because they can turn really quickly and be like, gotcha.
Well done!
Once again, for the early game, the minigames are fairly simple, as it's the introduction to how the minigames work. The minigames will repeat themselves, but there's a lot of variety in the ones they give you. So, we get the number 5 banana port, and so if you might have noticed, there was a red balloon in here that Diddy can access. Before I forget, make sure to check all these trees that are around. They will have bananas. Yep. All the trees in this area have blue banana bunches. It's always good, at least in the first few areas, to check the trees, see if they have anything like bananas. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. But especially in Jungle Japes and Angry Aztec, you'll find almost all the trees have something on the top of them, like bananas. Alright, and now let's... There we go. Thought I could maybe do that without losing health, but alas, it was not meant to be. So. We got the fruit switches on the Temple of Diddy last time, so let's go inside and explore one. Kind of creepy looking doors, but I'm sure there's not gonna be an ominous warning or anything, right? Nah. So, kinda creepy, but what you want to do is you want to find your way around until you get to the golden banana or minigame. Then we want to... Oh. Wrong way. So, for the first instance of those guys, TNT clobbers, I'll call them. And, yeah, if they chase you for enough time, they'll eventually explode. Or they'll explode right in front of you. Which will just do 1 damage, but... Or you can throw orange grenades at them, that's the safest way to deal with them. There we go. Just like that. Gold bananas, yeah. So, yeah. But...
Get out!
Yep. So, any kid that encountered that was like, oh my god, what the hell, this thing is gonna one-shot me. It turns out this target, for God's sake, really? This target won't actually one-shot you, it just takes away 1 piece of your health once the timer runs out. But I think it'll, like, hit you again after a few seconds of it hitting you the first time. So, something to be aware of. But that doesn't mean that every sniper, I'll call them, that is in this game will act in the same manner. So. But if you remember the path out, it's pretty simple to make your way out. At least for the first view. This is kind of the area that the Kongs all have in common here, kind of like the rainy area in Jungle Japes. Also, when you go down here, there's a banana balloon, so sometimes it's easy to forget that that one is there. Oop. There we go, there's that one.
Get out.
Diddy's is even easier to get out of the donkeys because there's no claptraps in the way. If anything, it's just the, not the clobber, but I'm trying to remember what that enemy is called. He has a specific name, Clump, I believe. So, if I'm remembering correctly, yes, there should be. Faster. I'm just gonna get the other bananas for Lanky while we're out here. There's not too many more. There we go. I feel like Lanky's little moves to get around here, like his jump rope jump, allows you to get a fair bit of distance, and like Tiny for now can't make a jump like that. Allows you to avoid the corners and get around a bit easier, which is nice. So if you know how to maneuver him, you can catch yourself. So he certainly has a lot of unique ways of getting around, but so does every Kong. So and this is one of the first ones that actually starts getting a bit more complex. If you watch the opening scene of the game, there will be DKTV, and if you let it go for long enough, it'll show you cutscenes from different sections of the game, and this is one of the ones that, oh, I didn't mean to do that, but this is one of the areas that it'll show. And like I mentioned with the balloon in Diddy's area, there we go. Just like that. How did that not... Okay, I thought that killed you, but I guess I missed. And the first one we've encountered so far that has a minigame.
Welcome to
This one
bonus
is
stage.
called Big Bug Bash, and unfortunately it's buggy, pun intended. Swat the flies. Press A to use a swatter. Sometimes the middle won't hit them, that's why it's a bit buggy. But that's... Good tip is try to go for the end of the wing. Like that. I really wish they improved the hit detection. There we go. That one is... There's only 4 hits that you need to make, so... Even if you're down to 7 hits, like I was, you can still sell them, but later ones, if you haven't gotten a certain amount by, like, early on, if it asks you for 10 and you've only gotten like 3 and it's at 30 seconds, know when to call it quits, and that's a pretty good indication that, okay, restart the minigame and try again. But yeah, there is Lanky's temple, or yeah, his second here. And now we just have Tiny's left to do. There's also lots of bananas around here for her, so we're gonna take care of that too. So, and forget it. Okay, just this one here. What's nice about the trees around here is that they're actually at level with the second level of the temple. Or, yeah, they're at even footing for Tiny, so nice and easy to jump on top of, especially like here you can just do this, you don't even have to climb the tree. Oh, and I don't think we've encountered one of these yet. These are musical headphones. You just walk up to them and they'll instantly refill your musical instrument. So, nice if we encounter one of them. So. And of course, Tiny's has the smallest door. So, we've gotten all Tiny's bananas, but what you want to do, this is actually the location of the second banana fairy in the level. So, thank you, Zinger, that was very helpful. What I'm going to do is use Mini Monkey, go into this little hole here, and the banana fairy is located inside. Because there's no tiny barrel in here, you won't lose any crystal coconuts. So. Of course, this thing insists on being a pain. There we go. So, yeah, like I've mentioned, their gimmick is they move around really quickly and they like to taunt you for it. But that's not even one of the worst ones. There is one that's really tricky, and I'm not even sure if it's just because of the game graphics or just, it's probably more so the environment, but it's a pain to get one of them. So, that's the other way. You don't always need to get the coins, because once you get past once you get past Angry Aztec, you're pretty much set for coins. You just have them in surplus.
Get out.
Right, so now we can hand in all of our blueprints to Snide. And yeah, we're basically at the end of this level already, so we'll just go through the longer cutscene that is giving the blueprints to Snide and exchanging them for golden bananas. So, let's go over here and make our way across the vines. And like the last time, there's going to be a unique little contraption for this world. So what is it going to be this time? Let's see. The boot kicks an orange into the bucket. So, yeah, it's nice how it's unique every time. What some people have done in the past is they just hand in all their blueprints at once, but I've always found it okay to just go through this. It takes like a minute or two. It's one of the times in the game where you just gotta wait, but that's okay. Especially if you've just completed the slide challenge, say, and that was your last gold banana, it can be a nice little period of time to just calm down and chill after what could have been a very frustrating challenge, especially if you're not used to its mechanics. That's okay. Of course, it's wet. Why am I getting the names of enemies mixed up? The claptrap decides to be very annoying here with its placement. So. What's odd is you might have noticed that the area where the vulture was being kept is right near Science HQ. I think the idea is that you're supposed to swing on the vines to go to him and he'll tell you what to do. But I've never used that in the past because I watched so many guides of this game trying to figure out what to do, and just nobody ever seemed to go to that area. So, or maybe the vulture does it, but either way, the sun icon is up there to let you know that, hey, you should fly through the sun ring on top of the totem pole. So, in any case, here is our last golden banana from the blueprints for Angry Aztec, at least for now. Now we can actually take a look at the blueprints we have so far. Then, it's not too much, but starting to form an image. Certainly more than what we had the last time. But now it is time to face the boss. So, off to pay a visit to Trough and Scoff we go. And this time, instead of them requiring 60 bananas, it is doubled. They want 120. So. Usually the amount always increases each time. It doesn't always double though. So you'll see what I mean when we get to the next boss. So, wonder who will face the boss this time. Usually each boss is faced by a different Kong. So, the donkey first. Diddy Kong! Yeah, it's going in order. So. Alright, let's go in. Wonder what this boss will be. Oh, it doesn't. Oh. Got a dragon. That's not good, did he? Stomping the life out of the thing as soon as it keeps moving? Jeez. Make sure it's dead. And you piss off its mama. Great. In this moment, he knew he fucked up. So. Yeah, that's what happens when you kill anything to be. He's not gonna be happy with you. So I don't blame this one. This is Dogadon. Fire breathing dragonfly. So. Dragon is quite literally. But yeah. This is arguably even easier than Armadillo. You just avoid its fireballs. Or her. It's not really clear what that thing is. I'm assuming it's he, but it could be she. But yeah, just avoid them and then throw a TNT throw. Fairly simple, being the second boss of the game. Some lava and simply some rings. Dogadon defeated. So, like I said, an even easier boss than Armadillo. But still a nice setting at the very least. So. Now that Dogadon has been defeated, let's get out of here.
Okay.
There's nothing more for us to do in Angry Aztec, and we still can't really do anything with those gongs yet. But we will be able to eventually. So, now that we defeated Dogadon, let's go back to Kalumsey, because we have a second key to give him. We are a quarter of the way to freeing Kalumsey, so... This key is actually very valuable, though. You'll see why in a minute. So, raises this platform that we previously wouldn't have been able to use, and it opens the door to the next level. Not only that, it opens the gate for this fourth level in the game. So, you can choose which one you want to go to first, but the first door that it showed opening is typically the first one you want to go to. Anyways, guys, that'll do it for this episode of my playthrough of Donkey Kong 64. Have a good night, and take care.